All right, well, here we go. I did put out the 11th Air Fleet replacements for the Japanese, and at the end of the planning phase, you get to redeploy, which means once you get to look at what targets are out there, you can redeploy your planes, which I did. I put a seaplane here for the Americans at Iron Bottom Sound. I think I made both of these fighter bomber. No, one's a fighter bomber. And then everything else I put in the new head rods. Because at the beginning, right now, the Americans have a lot of more bombing capability than they have fighting capability. The target that's on the board is the Battle of East Solomons, which is this target. This won't be available again after we complete this turn. So it's actually harder on the Japanese because they have a long way to go to try to bomb that and then get all the way back before they run out of fuel, or if they get shot down trying to even get there. This is one of the worst targets for the Japanese, but this is a good time for it to come out because as the Americans, I don't have a whole lot of fighter coverage that I can throw out. My plan with the Americans is to take the bombers here in New Hebrides, fly them up towards Eastern Solomons, and try to get that target. The seaplane, I might try to fly up to Cape Esperance and bomb that. And maybe if this gets bombed, maybe if if I have leftover bombers on my way up to here, I can bring them up maybe and get Esperance if that bomber fails to do it. These fighters I have in Henderson Field, I'm saving because the Japanese will be coming right down through here, and I'm going to need some fighters to throw up against them. Although these fighters are both pretty weak. Something I didn't go over, I probably should here real quick, is the counters. The number in yellow, the number on the left, is their air-to-air combat value. That's the number of dice they roll. This white number here on the right is their movement. Movements up and down and side to side. There is no diagonal movement here. B just means it's a bomber. And that single bomb means it gets one dice when it bombs. Some of these bombers, such as this one here, this B-17, it gets 4 dice when it bombs. But you don't want to lose your planes. It's hard to get them back. So that's my plan with the Americans is to bomb everything I can and then try to protect this battle here, or try to prevent the Japanese from bombing the Eastern Solomons. The plan for the Japanese is to launch their bombers and try to bomb the hell out of this spot if they can get to it. There are some other spots here. They can bomb Iron Bottom Sound. They can bomb Henderson Field. They can bomb the U.S.-Australia convoys. And they're going to be bringing a bunch of bombers. And they have a lot more fighter support than the Americans. There's a fighter forward deployed here on Shortlands. He's probably not even going to take off until after this bomber is right next to him. And there's a lot of fighters and bombers. I'm just bringing everything up. And that's how we're going to... that's the overall idea. It is the first month. I don't know why they have months and then hours within that month. You only get 10 hours to do something within the month. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. It's just a game thing, I guess. I don't know. But you move in combat and then it goes down to the next hour. You move in combat and it goes down to the next hour. So we're not going to do this hour by hour. I'm going to move planes until they get in contact. Once the planes are in contact or are making a bombing run, I'll come back and vid again. But don't be surprised if, now it's hour 1. The next time I make a vid, it may be hour 3 or 4 before there's any kind of combat or any kind of resolution that needs to be done here on the map. But that's where we're at, and that's how we're going to start. And we'll be back once I move some units.